The virgin birth, or Immaculate Conception, is symbolic of the Ouroboric process of self-fertilization and conception of higher consciousness. Once the erotic mind and the generative forces have been elevated through mystic devotion, then that same fertile power turns inward and conceives not an earthly child, but a divine child. In Buddhism and Taoist alchemy, they name this conception the Shengtai, the embryo of sagehood. This divine pregnancy is possible for both man and woman, as the mystical anatomy of the body is androgynous. The mystic, having once again become virgin, man, gyn, woman, the union, gives birth to the divine self, or the Christ within. This is the virgin birth attained by those who have cleansed themselves of the dross and miasma of the lower nature, and have transmuted their sexual desire for human union upward toward divine union. This is the mystery of the restoration of innocence. Returning to, or reintegrating, the paradisical, prepubescent consciousness is a second puberty which completes the cycle of self. Lest ye be changed and become as little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. This is why the great sages and mystics, monks, saints and masters are often childlike, full of joy and light. This is the secret of the Ouroboros, the snake biting its own tail. The same idea of the return to innocence, the coming full circle, is symbolized by two intersecting triangles, one pointing upward, the other pointing downward. This is representative of the union of opposites, male and female, light and dark, crown and feet. The human is the Ouroboros, heaven and earth, sun and moon. This unification of opposites is also revealed by the Chinese yin-yang, the Jewish Star of David, and the Christian cross, being two lines of intersection, the vertical masculine penetrating the horizontal feminine. All of these penetrative symbols are a revelation of the fertilization, conception, and birth of the one by the two, symbols of self-fertilization. The snake feeding on its own tail is feeding on its own reproductive power, its generative spiritual blood. The reproductive and generative fluids are elixirs of longevity and serenity when ripened and crystallized in the body. Store up for yourself treasures in heaven. This storing of fertile power, when perfected and mastered, can perpetuate life almost indefinitely. It is our inward realization, our sovereign devotion, that will protect us against the leakage and loss of our spiritualized blood. This generative blood, or so-called blood of Christ, will gather, ripen, and feed the multitudes. A suffusion of salvific nectar which transfigures the human heart into the Holy Grail, thus pumping the elixir throughout the entire body system. This internal anointing, or salving, salvation, lays the circuit for the orchestration of the mystery of enlightenment.